Just before we get underway today, I'm feeling a little bit ill and I have been for a few days with a cold. That's why there's been no videos since like the weekend. And well, that's why I wanted to get one out because it's been a while. And I want to try and get as far as I can through this series before FM18 comes out, before, you know, this game pretty much dies on its feet. So I want to try and get like a couple more seasons done of this. I want to try and get 3 seasons done in total over the whole thing. We're in season 2, so this season and one more will probably see us up to FM18. So I want to try and get this done. So there will be a video. This will be out on Thursday probably. And yeah, it should be alright. I feel alright. I'm a bit bunged up. So if I do sound a bit funny, that's why. Hopefully it's not too bad. Anyway, let's get on with a brand new episode of Big Bad Wolfsburg.
The Big Bad Wolf. The Big Bad Wolf.
Welcome back to the Force 9 YouTube channel. Welcome back to Big Bad Wolfsburg on Football Manager 2017. Last episode we had a win against Stuttgart and defeat in our Europa League group against AC Milan. Today, just the one game for you. It's a game against Bayer Leverkusen at home before we go on a winter break. So we're going to play that game and then we'll have a look at what's going to happen in the upcoming transfer window. Not a lot of money available to spend, but we will be trying to make some sales. So hopefully we'll come into some money. If you're enjoying the series, make sure you leave a like down below, leave comments, and if you want to see videos as and when they're up on YouTube, do hit that subscribe button. So before we get into the Leverkusen game, let's have a look at the goals from the games off screen. Our first game was an away game against Leipzig. We had a decent chance in the 15th minute, Rodriguez with a shot on target. We came close in the 51st minute as well, Mario Gomez close to scoring, but it was a goalless draw, Leipzig 0, Wolfsburg 0 with the final score. Next up, we hosted Darmstadt, a disappointing game for us really. We won 1-0, the only goal came in the 47th minute and it was scored by Blazikowski, his first goal since returning from injury. Only a 1-0 win, kind of disappointing. Next up was our final game in our Europa League group, our home game against Lech Poznan, and we took the lead 85 minutes into the game. Took a while, but Bernadeschi scored and we led 1-0. Almost immediately from kickoff, we won a penalty and it was a foul in the box on Gomez by Malenko, who received a red card and we won a penalty. But the match did end 1-0 as Mario Gomez's penalty was saved by the goalkeeper. 1-0 the final score. Our next fixture was an away game against Werder Bremen and we took the lead 36 minutes into the game. Luis Gustavo setting up Ike Muniain for the goal. But we had to share the spoils as Bremen equalised after 74 minutes. It was Serge Gnabry with the long-range goal. Great finish. And it finished Bremen 1, Wolfsburg 1, dropping points again. Our final game off-screen was in the DFB Pokal, an away game against Union Berlin, and we took the lead in less than 2 minutes. Didavi setting up Paul Georges and Tep with a goal. And we doubled our lead in the 26th minute. Gilavogi with a header from a Didavi free kick. 2-0 the final score, sending us through to the next round of the Cup. So once again, we didn't lose off screen, but a couple of really silly results, a couple of draws. The matches against Darmstadt and Lech only 1-0. Matches we really should have won by more. So, you know, we're not scoring a great deal of goals at the moment. We're struggling on that front. I think we have almost all season. But hopefully against Leverkusen, we can get a good result. Coming up, we've got the DFB Pokal quarter-final, and we've drawn Ingolstadt in that. So big teams have gone out. Of course, Union Berlin beat Dortmund in the previous round, and there's some big teams gone, and there's some second-tier teams in there still. Ingolstadt, I think, got relegated last season. Frankfurt, I think, might have gone down, and Kaiserslautern, I think, are a Zweite Bundesliga team as well. We've got Ingolstadt in the next round, though. Hopefully, we can get through to a semi-final, or maybe even a final. That's something that we could potentially win. I mean, Bayern is still in there. Other than that, I think the other teams are all beatable. Also, in the Europa League, we've drawn our opponent for the round of 32, and it's Braga, the 4th best team in Portugal, which I don't think is too bad. They sit in 8th place at the moment in the Liga NOS, so that should be a tie that we win as well. There's some big teams left in this. There were some huge teams knocked out in the Champions League groups. Barcelona, PSG, I think Juventus might have gone out as well, I'm not quite sure, but there's some big teams gone out in that Champions League group, so you know, Europa League is going to be very difficult to get far in, especially if the draws are unkind to us. But Braga, it's not a bad draw at all. So let's have a look at the Bundesliga table then. At the moment, we are in 4th place. We are a point behind Schalke, but Bayern and Dortmund really pulling away from the rest of the pack at the moment. We are 6 points behind Bayern, and we are 8 behind Borussia Dortmund. Behind us, you've got Leverkusen, a point behind us. So if they beat us today, they will overtake us and we'll drop back down to 5th, maybe even further if Hamburg get a good result. They're 2 behind us, and Leipzig and Braunschweig are 3 behind us. So it's very tight looking for those European spaces at the moment. And just confirmation of our Europa League group, we finished in 2nd place. AC Milan, did they lose their last game? I think they might have done. AC Milan lost 1-0 to Bournemouth on the final day, so Bournemouth did actually end up with 7 points. So, yeah, we are now level with Milan. They were ahead of us because they beat us 3-0 last episode, so the head-to-head puts them in 1st place. That's a bit annoying because if we'd have beaten them, that would have been a much better finish in the group, but I don't think there's any seeding in the knockout draw, so I don't think that would have mattered. So don't worry about that too much. Okay, let's go on with today's game then. A home game against Leverkusen. As I said, just the one game today. The rest of the episode, we'll look at where we can potentially improve in the January window. At the moment, I don't think I'll be making any signings, but if there's someone out there that I can get and we can afford, then we'll definitely look at bringing him in. I think a striker is definitely needed because Batshuayi has not scored a single goal. He's down in the Wolfsburg 2 team at the moment. As soon as that transfer window opens, he's going back to Chelsea. So we need a striker. Now, this is the team that played against Union Berlin in that DFB Pokal game. Not the team that's going to play today. We're going to do a quick pick and see what it gives us. We'll have Mali in the middle. Didavi's back from his injury. He played in that game. He got a couple of assists and he didn't do too badly, so that's fine. I'm more or less happy with this, I think. We're going to get rid of Bruma and play Knock. And I'm going to play Christian Trask at right back. I think we'll leave it at that. I'm pretty happy with that team. No need for a goalkeeper on the bench. Let's put Blaszczykowski on the bench. He scored in 1 game and he's back to full fitness. Now, everyone's looking really good. Dejaga's going to get sold, so he won't be playing at all. Also, Bricalo, I think is going to go out on loan in January because I don't see myself using him. He's still got 5-star potential, but he just doesn't get used often enough for me to keep him here. He needs to go out on loan and get some first-team football. Also, I think Zviachenko is going to get sold, as is Wildquist, 2 players that I haven't really used very much. So there is going to be some dead weight being sold, I think, in the January. I was going to put Gilavogi on the bench just so we've got an option there. I'm not going to have Carrillo on there, I don't think. I want a good result here because it will make our chances of getting a top 4 finish even better. Though Leverkusen are playing 4-4-2. And I struggle against 4-4-2. I really do. It's just an easy formation to play, isn't it? It's just really difficult to play against. Show me what you can do to keep our run going, I'm going to say. I'm going to sit the defensive line a bit deeper today. We're going to close down a bit more. Stay on our feet when we're tackling. I think that will be it for that. Let's start the match and hopefully we can get a good result. Now, last season, Leverkusen beat us in a cup game, I think. But in the Bundesliga, we beat them twice, and we beat them emphatically as well. I think we would beat them 3-0 and 5-1. So that's great. Hopefully we can repeat that. Although 23 minutes in, we haven't had a shot yet. Muniain, this is a good attacking play here. Can we produce our first shot of the game? Bazoa out wide to Ricardo Rodriguez, and Bernardeschi hits the bar with his header. Great chance. It's out for a corner. Rodriguez is going to take this. It was a great chance. It was our first shot of the game. But now Leverkusen are going to be on the attack. And we are exposed at the back. We've got to track back now. Here is Henriks. And Chadlar with a great tackle. He's a brilliant signing. Only 21, the Turk. Here is Muniain. Can he bring it in? Oh, great run. And a shot. And it's just wide. I think it was just over as well. High and wide. But great effort there. We had a slow start. But we're bringing some attacking play into this game now. Gustavo to Muniain. Mario Gomez. There we go. There's the goal. 39 minutes played. Gomez with his 7th for the season. Gives us a 1-0 lead. Do touchline team talk. Seriously, they work. Muniain with a great pass. Gomez, plenty of space to shoot. Right down the middle. Keeper didn't get to it. 1-0. And that's half time. We're doing well. Pleased how things are going. That's made them happy. We're playing well. We're not doing anything wrong here. So I think we'll leave this as it is. This is working. Let's start the second half. Let's see if we can continue to do this. Double our leads and we'll look very comfortable. And we're just looking so comfortable at the moment. We've only winning 1-0. Bernardeschi's through though. That's 2-0. Doubled our lead. He was onside. Yes, he was. 53 minutes played. We're 2-0 up. This is going very well. Leverkusen seems to be an easy team for us to beat. I was talking about being bad against 4-4-2, but Apparently this is how you do it. So there you go. Bernardeschi with the easiest finish of the lot. And the goalkeeper, who is someone. Who was the Leverkusen goalkeeper? Oh, it's Leno, of course it is. Didn't even attempt to go for that. 2-0 up. Looking very comfortable in possession. Very happy with how this is going. Can we get a third? Gomez is on it. Here is Christian Trask to Bazaar. Chaglar. We're looking... this is like... I've never seen us look so comfortable on the ball. This is going really well. Munier into Bazaar. Mario Gomez to Bernardeschi. Here's Yunus Mali. And Mali... Ooh, that's a bad finish, really. That should have at least been on target. That should be 3-0 there. But we're about an hour into the game. We're looking very comfortable. I think we're going to bring Mali off. I'm going to bring on Didavi to try and get his match fitness back to what it once was. You know, he's a great player, but he's been out for quite a while with, I think it was an Achilles injury or a foot injury of some sort. So, you know, bring him back into the team slowly and, you know, he'll start playing well again, I think. But we're looking very comfortable. We're 2-0 up. There's not long left. And, free kick I think it was either saved or it hit the woodwork. I'm not sure. Just going to try and play a bit more defensive. Bazaar is going to come off. Max Arnold is going to come on. And we're just going to play him as a roamer, not deep line. Just play him as a roaming playmaker. Put Bernardeschi back on support as well. And the same with Didavi. Just try and bring a bit more support back in the midfield. Because, you know, anything could happen in the last 10 minutes. I'm going to go into the team talk, just ask them to tighten up a bit. 10 minutes left in the game. And it's a goal. It's 3-0. I think it was Chaglar with a header. It is. Chaglar gets his first goal for Wolfsburg. We'll see this again. It was from a free kick by Didavi. 3 assists in 2 games for him. Chaglar with a header. First person to it, really. 3-0. Looking very comfortable. Leverkusen seem to be, you know, a team that we always do well against. I guess on the other end, we're a bit of a bogey team for them. They do have a consolation goal. The 86th minute, Julian Brandt has scored. So no clean sheet. That's disappointing. Going to go defensive. Just a couple of minutes left. Let's just make one more change. Let's bring on Gilavogi for Luis Gustavo. And this should be a nice win. 3-1 is great. You know, I'm very happy with that. That's full time. And that was a very good win. I was very happy with how we did then. Very, very happy. That's great to take into the winter break as well, because they'll come back in good spirits, I hope. That's a great result. And that's put us 3 clear in 4th place. Leipzig actually overtook Leverkusen in the end. They got a 2-1 win away against Dortmund. Dortmund's had a very good start to the season. They had a 100% record up until we faced them. And then not long after that, they did lose. Now they've lost 4. And Bayern are close to overtaking them now. And, you know, we're not actually that far behind now. We're now 5 behind. So results elsewhere have seen us, you know, potentially move closer to the top. This is going to be a good tussle for the league, I think, overall. Very open. Just wait 1 second, because I've got something I need to say. This is while I'm editing this. I exited the game after playing up to the start of the transfer window. And after this Leverkusen game, I didn't save my game before I quit. So, yeah, this game didn't actually happen. What I'm going to do, seeing as refilming a Leverkusen game will take longer and I mean another day without a video, don't really want to do that. I'm going to play the Leverkusen game off screen, try and replicate the same result, the 3-1, or try and at least win, and then I'll just leave it because I don't want to refilm this on Thursday and have another day where I don't upload. So, yeah, I will try and reproduce as similar a result as I can. I do apologise. I'm ill. So that was our final game before the winter break. So what we're going to do for the rest of the video is have a look at players that we could potentially bring in and see who we need to sell, because we've got a lot of dead weight in the team and some of it needs to go. Dead wood. Is it dead wood or is it dead weight? I'm not really sure which is worse. They're both pretty bad, actually. You don't want to be either. Okay, so the window isn't actually open yet, so I don't think we'll actually be able to sell people just yet, but people that do need to go. Ashkan Dijaga is one. His contract runs out at the end of this season, so I do want to try and get a bit of money for him before he goes. Antalyaspor of Turkey and Darmstadt are interested, so we are going to offer him out. He is transfer listed. Svirchenko is not really good enough for us, I don't think. He's played a few games here and there. He's only played a couple of times for us, or 3 games for us. And then the other season, he played 7 in total. We signed him in the... Did we sign him in the January last season, or was it right at the start? Oh no, we signed him on deadline day in the first season. He hasn't played a lot, so I guess we could try and offer him out. He's valued at 1.9. Linus Wahlqvist, I don't know why I bought him, because he's just not very good. His attributes are going down as well. What did we buy him for? That was 3.1. So again, we'll try and get some money for him as well. In terms of where we need to improve, let's have a look at the squad report and see what it says. So the spine of the team is really, really good. Up front, we've got a great player in Mali, apparently, although he's more of a cam. We've got 3 good strikers. You've got Gomez, Osimhen and Carrillo. So I think we need the one player that we need to get if we're going to buy anyone in January is a striker. Centre midfield, we've got Arnold, we've got Bazoa, Luis Gustavo, defensive midfielder as well. I feel like we need some youth there because we haven't got a lot of young players that are good midfielders. So, you know, we could try and look for some youngsters and try and build up like one of the second teams and see if we can bring in like a wonder kid. Centre back, we've got Chaglar who's doing very, very well. Behind him, we have Bruma and Nock. Sviatchenko's probably going to go, so I think we'll get one more centre back if we can. Left back's an issue because Ricardo Rodriguez could just go like that because he's got that release clause. So I feel like we need to be ready for that if it happens. Because Horn and Itter by themselves aren't going to cut it. We sold Gerhardt to... did he go to Bayern? I think it went to Bayern. I'm not really sure what to do about it. We could try and get Ricardo Rodriguez on a new deal and just scrap the release clause. That's an option. But we'll see if we can do that. If we do that, then that's fine. But if not, I feel like we need a bit of cover at left back. So I think if we're going to buy anyone in this transfer window, it's going to be either a striker, maybe a left back if we are going to lose Rodriguez. Other than that, I think we might just need a few youngsters, just a couple of wonder kids for the central midfield, because that's not a very strong position in our lower teams. Just before we go, I'm just going to have a very quick look at the transfer list and see if there's anyone that we can pick up on the cheap. Okay, so these are the strikers on the transfer list. Borja Baston of Swansea. We've got Jesse Rodriguez, who is on PSG here at the moment, but of course in real life he is at Stoke at the moment. What sort of money is he going to be worth? 3.8 million, but he's not really a striker, Jesse, is he? He's more of a left player, yeah. So that's not really ideal. Fernando Llorente is there, another Swansea striker, target man. That could be a good option. How much would he be worth? 1.1 million is not a lot at all. That could be a decent option, Llorente. There's Kevin Lasagna, who is at Udinese at the moment. What would Lasagna be? £1.7 million. Defensive forward, not really ideal, but you can play as a poacher. That might be okay. We'll get a bunch of these guys scouted, and if there's a good one, then we might make an offer. But we need to try and free up some budget. So let's go to our board and let's see if we can ask for some more money. All right, I think we're going to leave it there. Okay, so when we come back, what have we got coming up? Now, I think it's a bit early to be doing Europa League knockout games. If we get far in that tournament, then I'll absolutely do them. But for now, Braga, it's not the most attractive of ties, really, is it? It's a game that we should really be winning. So what I think we will do is, seeing as there is a winter break to go through and a January window, I'll only play 3 games off screen, and the next episode we'll play the DFB Pokal quarter-final against Ingolstadt, because if we win that, that's through to a semi-final. And then we'll also play the home game against Borussia Dortmund, I think. So that's going to do it for today. Thank you very much for watching. I do still have a bit of a cold, but hopefully it hasn't shown too much. I don't think it's been that bad, really. It's a bit bunged up, but, you know, a couple of sniffs. I do cut them out, so that's fine. I think we should be okay. And, yeah, hopefully I'll get a good run of videos, because, like I said, I want to try and get relatively far in this before I have to stop and before FM18 comes out. So I think we're going to go for this season and then one more, and then FM18 is, I'm going to predict that Football Manager 18, the beta, will be out 4 weeks from today. Today's Wednesday the 20th of September. Football Manager 18 beta will be out 4 weeks today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like down below, leave comments, and if you want to see videos as and when they turn up on YouTube, do hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next episode for games against Ingolstadt and Dortmund. Hopefully we'll be through to the cup semi-final, hopefully our position in the Bundesliga will be good, top 4, that would be great, we'll see. Yeah, I will see you very soon. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.